Hey y'all, Rick Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punchwally Garage. Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 22nd, 2024, year of our Lord, season number 2, episode number 53. In today's show, we will talk about Skaggs Albertsons, Axl Rose, and the reason I'm here. Let's go. In My Life, the 366 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas. The Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine goes back to 1972. So in 1972, my brother and I were, at the end of 72, we were 15 and 16. Early 72, we were 14 and 15. Pop came to us and said, boys, you better start thinking about getting a job, because it's going to be time for you to get your driver's license and you're going to need a car. And my brother and I said, Pop, we don't want a car, we want a motorcycle. What are you going to do when it rains? We'll be proud to be wet on our motorcycles. Okay? Get a job. Best advice I ever got. Get a job. So we got a job working at Skaggs Albertsons, which back then, it was in Irving, Texas on Beltline Road, a couple miles from the house. Skaggs Albertsons was like almost like a smaller version of a Walmart. We sold groceries, but also hardware and household goods. My brother and I worked there. We sacked groceries, we stocked shelves, we swept, you mopped, you did a little bit of everything. And we were proud to work there, even though we were making minimum wage, which at that time was $1.62 an hour. But that $1.62 an hour helped us to get our very first street legal motorcycles. I bought a Honda Racing CL100, and my brother bought a Yamaha 100. We were so proud of those motorcycles. We'd ride them up there to Skaggs and park them in front of the door. And I'll talk in future episodes more about the first job and working and all that. But it was motorcycles that started me down this path to work. And it's motorcycles that I still work for today. Okay, let's check that truck. Check that truck, you big old... Woo! Hey, look at that, boy. What do you got there? Well, I don't like to brag, but you got some giraffe skin. Those aren't real giraffes, are they? No, I'm thinking they're not. So you got a high top Chuck Taylor, red, white, and blue logo, black toe, black sole, double blue racing stripes, blue pinhole eyelets, white shoestrings, one eye down, double knotted for safety. You've got two different shoestrings there. That's because the shoestring on the left is my shifting foot and it tends to break the shoestrings. These are, say it with me, y'all, these are some handsome Chucks. Yes, they are. They are some handsome Chucks. In case you see anything on my desk there, remember, I get to work at 2 a.m. on Harry Hines Boulevard. Don't be looking around my desk like that. How about a little history? Did you know that Axl Rose used to smoke cigarettes for a living? He made $8 an hour doing a science experiment from UCLA smoking cigarettes. I didn't know that was a thing. Southern slang, we're off like a herd of turtles. Dad joke. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Get it? Get off the couch, a motivational minute. Ranks and titles and positions in life are temporary, but the way you make people feel will be remembered forever. What does that mean, Rick Fairless? That means if you own a high horse, get off of there. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes the guy that thinks he's better than everybody else because he has a nicer car or a bigger bank account. We don't care. You see these videos of people walking into a restaurant or a coffee shop, and they're mean to the people that work there because they think they're better than them. Nobody is better than anybody else. We're all in this together, and ain't none of us going to get out of here alive. So while we're here, let's be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. So I want to cover something. The reason I do this show, and I was thinking about it last night, the reason I do this show is I want it to be a break from the reality. I want it to be a break from your newscasts that you see every night with Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather and Johnny Carson and Katie Couric and all them. They got bad news. They're talking about wars and killings and all that. So this show is 9.5 minutes worth of, dare I say, foolishness? Yeah, it could be foolishness. But I want it to be a little bit of fun. I want it to be a little bit of inspiration, a little motivation. I want to take you down memory lane. And I want you to maybe get a little chuckle out of this show. Like when I was talking about the newscasters, you know, Dan Rather and Walter Cronkite and Johnny Carson and Katie Couric. None of that makes sense. That's the chuckle part. But see, I can do all that with a straight face because I am a trained professional. Well, I'm trained, but it was nothing to do with any of this stuff. But that's the whole deal, is this show is a break from reality. So when the show's over, you can go back to your regular scheduled life. But when you're with me, we're going to goof around a little bit. Okay? Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. On January the 1st, 1954, NBC was the first broadcast company to broadcast an event coast to coast in color. What show was so big, what event was so big that NBC would broadcast it coast to coast in color? Tournament of Roses Parade. Probably Katie Couric and Diane Sawyer were calling that. What about Diana Shore? Diana Shore, remember her? Was that her name, Diana Shore? She was beautiful and she was like 90. Wonder whatever happened to her. She's got to at least be 100 by now. And that, boys and girls, is the rest of the story. If I talk about things on this show that don't make sense, that's because they don't. Strokers Dallas merch, merch.com. I'd appreciate it if you'd give us a look. Maybe buy a shirt or a ball cap or a shot glass or a tie-dye koozie. All right, Rick Fairless, I got to go. I got, believe it or not, I got a couple of minutes ahead of me that I've got to do some serious work. Love you, bye. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.